Howdy. Me and Zen are eating a steak. Zoe's at the movies with mom, so we get to eat the whole thing by ourselves. But I wanted to show you that kids will eat. These kids will eat raw steak, no problem. This is all like 100%. I would say blue raw. It's pretty cold inside. He tears it up. Is that good, Zen? You say hi? Hi. So on the auto grill, you can do you can sear it for like a minute on each side, and then flip it and let it sit in there for 2 minutes on each side. 3 minutes is all you need. It's good. It's really good. You want more, buddy? He loves the fat. He loves it. Here you go. Boom. I got my notification of you want more? I got my Rivero training certification, so now I'm actually a certified carnivore diet coach, which is cool. It's Dr. Sean Baker. You should look him up. He's it's really good. You want more? All right, ready? Are you even chewing the stuff up, or are you just swallowing it? I think he's just swallowing it. Can't give him too much because he'll pile it all in his mouth at one time. Here you go, buddy. 3 pieces. You tell him hi? Then you say hi? Hi. Hi. Such a cutie. So you know what I discovered? It's the histamine thing in meat is real. And I'm affected more by it now than I was when I wasn't carnivore, even though I ate meat. But like the last 3 times I've had brisket, and brisket's my favorite. I love it. Don't get me wrong; it's delicious. I'm not saying it's bad, but it for sure made me sick. Like not just nauseous. They'll like sick, like throwing up, but just like this like low level nausea for like almost the whole day. What's up, buddy? You want more? That wasn't fun. There's more. There we go. And the last few times that I've cooked anything, let me move this over so you can see me. The last few times that I've cooked anything in my Instapot, I've cooked brisket in Instapot a few times. I got nauseous for like a couple hours, probably 4 or 5 hours. And then the last few times I've had ground beef. Ground elk doesn't seem to do it to me, but ground beef, which sucks because I have probably, oh God, I have enough ground beef to last till the apocalypse. The apocalypse might be tomorrow, so it may not be that much. But you want more? Okay, why don't you say so? Just because you're 15 months old doesn't mean you can get away with not asking. He's pretty good at it. Good job, buddy. This is so good like this. It's like cold raw, but the outside's charred. Yeah. Now I'm going to be making more. It's so quiet without Zoe. They went to go see a movie in the theaters. I'm not sure what it was. But Mommy and Zozo do movie dates sometimes. And then, yeah, so the histamine thing. Really weird. You know, you can't have the knife. You can't have the knife. You eat your meat. He wants a knife. Yeah, the histamine thing is just like totally weird. I wasn't even aware of it. Now it's very apparent whenever I go to eat something that's fully cooked, and I guess it's in a lot of meats that are fully cooked. So I knew that rare steak was always like, um, it made me feel good, and boy does it. Mm. Okay, hold on. This kid eats probably when I sit down. Hey, what are you throwing it for? Hey, what did you throw it for? Are you done? Does that mean you're done? Don't throw it. I'll here. If you don't want it anymore, that's fine. Jeez, just throwing steak at me. He's like, I'm done. All right, y'all done? You want to get up? Ready? Hop down. Boom. There you go. Good job, buddy. Now he's gonna get in trouble. So yeah, that if you ever I noticed like my wife when she first started eating just meat, she would like sometimes tell me like, oh, I feel really nauseous. I just had all this ground beef, and it didn't make any sense to me. And like, but you do go through some like discomfort when you first start carnivore because you're. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. You wanted water. You do go through like discomfort when you first start, but it's not like that big of a deal. She was describing like actual nausea, and I was like, I don't really understand. So I looked it up, and sure enough, cooked meat releases histamines. Ground beef specifically. You can't have my knife, sir. But last few days I've had like brisket, and like yesterday all I had was brisket because I did not feel good after eating that. Even though it was amazing. It tasted really, really good. But that's just the way it is. Yeah, and I posted the other day too. We eat oysters every Friday because Whole Foods does $1 oysters every Friday. Minimum of 12. Okay. What do you want me to do with it, buddy? Man, this is good. 3 minutes on each side. From a distance about this far from the heat. So yeah, I'm going to be coaching for Rivero, which is Dr. Sean Baker's group. So if you guys want some actual coaching, you want to nail it down, dial in the diet part, we can take care of that. It's definitely a great program. There's a lot of good assets in there. No, don't touch my knife. He loves this thing. 12-inch knife. Can't have it. It's like Crocodile Dundee's knife. Nah. We got friends coming over. I want to make steaks. Whenever I have friends over at my house, I always make everybody ribeyes. It's just what I do. So, got friends coming over. I probably won't eat. I usually only eat once a day now. That's the other thing that's changed so much. I used to eat often and a lot, and now my body just doesn't want to eat more than like maybe twice a day. If I eat once in the morning, I might be able to get one more thing down, but if I stuff my face more than 2 times, I have serious trouble trying to sleep because my body's trying to break it all down. You just don't need that much food when you're on carnivore. One, that's good because it's efficient. You can do other shit, and 2, it's cheaper. You don't have to buy a bunch. You don't have to buy food you're not eating food all the time. So everybody's like, oh, what do? Eat ribeyes all day? I'm like, well, it doesn't really work that way because you can't eat ribeyes all day because your body is actually in tune with what you're supposed to eat. It doesn't allow, like, when a dog eats, it doesn't overeat. Well, it does when there's grains, but if you feed an animal its natural diet, it eats, and then when it's full, it's like, okay, that's enough. I don't need to And man, does it work? You legitimately will not overeat on this diet. These kids, man. Which is totally cool. I had a friend ask me today too. He's like, "Hey, I'm going out to eat. Going to this restaurant. I'm probably just going to order the ribeye. What should I say? Or when I order it, like what should I ask for?" I was like, "Well, you can ask for however you like it, like medium rare, whatever." And then I would say, "Hey, listen, when you cook my steak, no oil. Don't cook it in any oil. If you put it on a grill or one of convection type thing, just cook it with no oil." No seasoning. I said, put your own salt on it. I bought these little Redmond salt. They make the regular size one, but they also have these little ones. I got one in the truck. Got one in my go bag next to my rifle. And I also have. Well, anyway, what I was saying is like you take that with you, and then when you go out to the to restaurants, you put your own salt on there, so you know exactly what's going on the steak. I'm really weary about restaurants and what they put on stuff because you never know what they're doing, what little tricks they have to make things cheap for them or whatever. I'm definitely not into sauces. Any sort of sauce that's going to have stuff in it that's And people are like, "Oh, it's no big deal. It's just a sauce." And it's like, well, unfortunately, these are the things that contribute to heart disease, which is the number one killer in America. It kills 50% of people. So yeah, it's you say it's not a big deal, but legitimately, it is a big deal, and it kills people that aren't even aware of it, and then one day they're here, the next day they're gone. It's like, oh well, every 2 or 3 times a week say it's no big deal. I'll just eat whatever I want, and then they're not here anymore. So, yeah, but yeah. So when you go out to restaurants, I told him basically just don't eat anything else. Stay away from the bread. The water's gonna suck unless you order bottled water. I would get Pellegrino. Pellegrino is probably the cleanest out of all the bottled waters that you can get, and then it's gonna make you pee a little bit, but cause it's got some minerals in it. But it's good. Hey, throw that in the trash, buddy. Throw your diaper in the trash. Thank you. Good job. He's good at following directions. Yeah, but I just wanted to make a quick video today. I know it's Memorial Day weekend, and you guys are probably out drinking and doing stuff, but almost got it. Yeah, just try to be conscious of your food choices. I mean, just because it's a holiday, there's a holiday every fucking month. So if you say, "Oh, I'm just gonna do this on holidays and this and that," I mean, you're going to get heart disease. You're going to get diabetes. Human beings are not designed to eat plant material. That is why we are dying from heart disease. When a species eats an inappropriate food, it gets sick. High insulin levels caused by eating sugar, and keep in mind, when you eat meat, you get some insulin spikes. But the amount of when you eat plant-based foods, your insulin goes through the roof. I mean, it's like super high. Your blood sugar goes up really high. Blood sugar glycates things in your body, including your cholesterol. So while it is cholesterol that helps repair the damage that's done by that, it's not the cholesterol that's causing the heart disease and atherosclerosis. It's actually the sugar, which is glycating and destroying it's making these particles of cholesterol impossible. So basically they go in and repair the tissue, and they're not able to back out and come off. It forms this plaque. So I would just caution you that just because it's a holiday and you want to drink beer and eat burgers and do all that, well, you can make a choice, and sometimes you have to. How long you have in this it's real. These people are dying in their 60s. They're not dying in their 70s, 80s, 90s anymore. I mean, majority of people are not living that long. It's and it's real. Heart disease will get anyone, even somebody who's in good shape, even somebody who's fit or looks like they know what they're doing. I mean, that doesn't mean anything. Your outward appearance doesn't really give us a good idea of what's going on internally. And I see that a lot. Come here, buddy. Let me see that. Let me see it. Hold on 1 second. No. Okay. You don't need that. Stop going through my stuff, sir. You want to come up and see? You want to see the video? Come here. Oh, we missed Sozo. But yeah. So I mean, whatever they tell you, I mean, I would just pay pay attention to what you're eating and don't eat something just because somebody puts it in front of you. You have one life, you have a choice to make, and for me, I know this works, and I've like I have relationships with some really good doctors now that I feel are really on point, know what they're doing, and on top of their game, and do all all the new latest research. And I just want to share that information with you guys because I feel like um, like I'm pretty passionate about a lot of things. I'm more passionate about this because I realize that without this, we don't have a hope of getting anything. We don't have a hope of saving our country um, or even having a country, really. And I think the powers that be kind of know this, that everybody's sick and they're profiting off of it. So I want everyone to be able to, strengthen and be able to fight the good fight, or at least pass on good things to your children. Otherwise, we're not going to have much of a life. With our future and our kids, I feel it's pretty bleak. You know, but you guys are out there having a good time today. I want to just let you know that I'm here. If anybody needs any help with anything or any guidance, or have a question about what you think you should or shouldn't do when it comes to food, just reach out. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to find somebody who does, and I'll point you in the right direction to a doctor or what have you that I trust. So, all right, we'll talk to you guys. Have a good time. Bye.